So the situation is very interesting here. I don't know if you'll see these cards. The Tower always kind of gets my attention because it's not really like, it's never a bad card. Okay, the Tower is not a bad card. The Tower just indicates when there's going to be some sort of shift or some sort of change, and I think that you guys desperately want some sort of change. Not desperately, sorry. More of like, this situation is really not something you want to deal with, or nothing that you really want right now. You want to change in the direction in which makes you guys feel like, you know, it actually makes you guys feel happy, actually gets you towards the direction in which you guys want to go. And most importantly with the King of Cups is he knows what he wants all the time. So when I see the Tower here with the King of Cups, you want the change. I feel like you guys want to change, or there's some sort of thing that is drastically changing. That's the desired outcome, because so it could resonate truly with what you want. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Now, and your underlying energy, you have the Empress. So this talks about creativity. This talks about patience. This talks about domestic life. This talks about caretaking. This has a lot of meanings to it, guys. And I feel like most importantly, this talks about comfort. This talks about, you know, this talks about creating something. The Queen of Cups is very similar to the Queen, you know, the Empress. It's very similar. Her and the Queen of Pentacles really are very close in one another. But the Queen of Cups talks about love. She's loving. She's in love all the time. She also knows what she wants. Okay, she's very vulnerable as well. And I feel like the Empress, there is a bit of vulnerability that's there in this relationship, but you want a good balance of vulnerability and stability here, because the Empress, just because she's pregnant, don't mean that she's not able to get what she wants. Doesn't mean that she's not able to create abundance for herself in a lavish garden for her to be comfortable in. Now, with that being said, I feel like you guys have been very serious lately, super serious, and you know, looking at things very analytically. Okay, because the King of Swords is not your card. The King of Swords is an air sign card. It talks about, you know, the thoughts, the mind, the beliefs. The truth is that you guys are feeling very, very detached from your emotions at this moment, and I feel like it has a lot to do with what you're committed to, because you have the Emperor here, the High Priestess, Hierophant, excuse me, the Hierophant in your feelings, and considering the Hierophant is what would be one of your anti-cards, in my opinion, because, you know, it's not like you guys are not able or capable of committing to someone. That's not even what I'm saying. But it's the feeling of being conformed, feeling like you can't be free, you can't be you, you don't feel like you're able to be the beautiful and bright Sagittarian that you are. And I feel like with the Hermit, with the Hierophant coming up, excuse me, I don't know why I keep saying Hermit, but with the Hierophant coming up, I do get this feeling that for a lot of you guys, you may feel like you guys are just kind of going with the flow, just kind of doing what you're routinely doing, and you feel committed to the connection, sure, but is this truly exactly what it is that you want? Because your desired outcome is the Tower, like we were talking about this a second ago, the Tower. And it shows me here that there is like this wanting of change, some things that just kind of like, let's start over, let's start fresh, because this is not really where I want to be. I feel like there's a desire to demolish some sort of foundation here, and it's to get back to the King of Cups, more so of being more soft, more gentle, and more in love, right? To know what your heart's desire is, and to know that you're going in that direction of where it is. Because right now, the thing that's keeping you from the Tower, keeping you from this destruction of the foundation, or destruction of this Tower, is because of conflict. Maybe there's another person involved in here that you're taking care of, and you don't want to lose them, or you know. And I'm just saying this for the cross watchers, and so not really for them, but this isn't just like, it could be either or. Somebody else could be taking care of you, or, you know, someone could be taking care of you, and you don't really want to feel left out in the cold, or you want to be left out vulnerable like this. That's just there's very few of you that will resonate with that, but I feel like for some of you guys, maybe it's someone that you are, you know, you see a future with, you know, you can create a future with, someone that you see is very gentle, very soft, someone that's very caring. Or this could be that you've been taking care of someone for a while, you've been taking, you know, lots of love, you've been giving a lot of love to them, you've been showing, you know, helping them out, you've been doing some things that puts them first. or that you just have been helping them all in general, maybe not necessarily putting them first, but you have been doing some help, or you have been there to be more of a comfortable space for this individual, or what have you, right? The point of it all is there's some conflict here, some inner conflict in regards to what you truly want, what makes you truly happy, what your true heart's desire is. The King of Cups always knows. The King of Cups always knows. And you could be dealing with fixed energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio here and a Sagittarius, because you do have Uranian energy here and a Mars. But you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces or a Gemini or Libra. But the point of it all is about what truly makes you happy. Because your advice is the Knight of Cups, by going with what your heart's desire is, going with the flow. Just following your heart and focusing on what you want. And I feel like everything's opposite of this, right? Because you have the Hermit, the Hierophant. I always say the Hierophant. Why am I saying the Hierophant so much? Goodness. But the Hierophant is coming up in your feelings, which is talking about routine, following the rules, following the regulations, the things that you set in place, the commitments that you have, just following that step by step by step. And it feels like more of a chore, and it feels like more of a restriction of your fiery energy than anything. Okay, I totally don't like seeing this card for you. But what I do see, though, is that you are committed to the person that you're with. As what we saw here underneath the Empress, is that we saw the Queen of Cups. So this person is identifying almost as well as the Queen of Cups here, because you have, I wouldn't say complete suit in the reading, because it's not really coming up. You have to lift a card up to see her. But the point of it all is that this person is, you're connected to this individual spiritually and emotionally. But at the same time, it's about what you want to do, what you want to create, what is your heart's desire, where do you want to be in your love life, and or in your relationship, because you're not happy with it, and you're wanting to go there with the Tower. You want to just start it over, just shut it all down, start from scratch. And I feel like it has a lot to do with, this could be domestic situations here, where this is about where to live, about creating something to in regards to a new place to move, because you have three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Empress. Those to me are about creating a future in which, or trying to create a future in which you and this person can live together and work together to build something long term, or as a result of building something long term. Most importantly, though, I do see that the Four of Wands is showing up here as as your hopes and fears, right? You want to be happy with where you are. You want to be happy and committed, not committed and kind of feeling like you have to do it, or that you're conformed to it because you don't want to disrupt. Not necessarily that you don't want to disrupt the flow, because I don't know if you guys really care about disrupting the flow. I feel like you just don't want to. There's something here that you may not want to do. There's something here that's like this conflict. That's something that's keeping you guys from being able to start over. It could be that maybe the breaking of this commitment is what it is that you want. But again, you could be taking care of somebody. There's somebody here that you may be looking after, and that person perhaps is your better half, or your person that you see as someone that needs healing. The Queen of Cups can heal herself. This person may need some help medically or something like that. But the point about it all is there may be just something that needs to just shut down. Start over, start from scratch, start planning from the ground up, and truly having to be kind of honest with yourself, because you're not you right now. You're not you. You're not feeling you. You're in a way you don't even know how you feel. Because the King of Swords, I know he knows how he feels. He's very good at knowing stuff. But the King of Swords is detached from his emotions. He's distant from his heart. Because he's looking at the logical part. He's just being very serious so he can protect his emotions. Because internally he's very vulnerable. Now, and I feel like this commitment is put you in a situation where, yes, you are vulnerable and you don't feel like you're necessarily fulfilling where you are, because or else the Five of Wands wouldn't be here, and the Tower would definitely not want to be, would not be in your desired outcome if that was the case. But you may not be feeling very good about where you are, and there may be something here that's just kind of like yearning for something else. Maybe perhaps your heart is yearning for something else, and it's saying that this best path to follow is just follow your heart, follow whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be a breakup, but it could be like, hey, we need to start fresh. We need to start like we are never known each other at all, so that way you can develop the connection and the commitment that you're truly looking for. Because this Three of Pentacles here is talking about planning for the future with someone, right? Because you're not by yourself doing it. You're planning for the future with someone, and I feel like that's potentially where you guys want to go. Your desired outcome is to start from scratch and start again. Where are you gonna go from where from where you are, or where you've cut it off? Like, just chopped it down, just destroy it all. But then you want to start again. You want to start again. You want to go in a different direction. You want to go in a direction that really truly gets to where this is, the fulfillment. This, the King of Cups, which is completely understandable, Sag. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your romance, angels. Okay, and it says, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And that is the Knight of Cups in essence, because the Knight of Cups does love what he's doing, love where he's going. He loves what he's going after, what he wants. He loves it. All right, and I feel like appreciating the moment really talks about being in the moment with yourself, being in the moment and knowing what your heart's desire is and going for it, right? Because that, in a way, in my opinion, that's appreciating what it is that you got. But also, if this relationship is truly something that you feel connected to and you love, show that appreciation by being in the moment with it. All right, being in the moment. Go ahead and take a look at your Wisdom of the Oracle cards here. Happy. Whoa. 2 cards that indicate being happy and appreciating the moment fully. Appreciating where you are. Appreciating love. Appreciating the connection that you've got. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, I guess perhaps the situation is advocating to just kind of be true to yourself, but also appreciate where you are. Appreciate the love that you're receiving and the love that you're getting, because there is a connection here. If you focus on the now or you focus on here, you can change so much in the future. You don't have to plan ahead. You don't have to plan anything ahead. Because you're Sag. You don't plan ahead. You're not. The Knight of Wands does not plan ahead. Sagittarians, you guys are good at being just you in the moment. That's why you guys have the best adventures, the best stories. Because you guys are in the moment in every second of the day, in every moment of your life. You are in the moment. You are you in every aspect. You don't plan ahead. You don't think ahead. You don't think, okay, I gotta be this and this. I have to plan for this and this. You guys are in the moment. That is what your true essence is. You are the centaur that goes off and rides in the sunset and experiences it all as a human, but has that inner urge to be the truest you that you are, which is the animal and the rawness that you are, right? Because animals are raw, right? That's their representation, I think. Right, and you're not an animal, but I am saying that this situation is definitely talking about being in the moment and being true to yourself. Because if you can be true to yourself, you can appreciate the moment a lot more. Because at least you'll know that you are reacting and being and feeling the way you are meant to feel, because you feel it. All right, not because it's how it's supposed to go. Not because it's how it's supposed to, it's not the relationship that, not because the relationship says or how the commitment is stipulated. You're you because you want to be you. The way to do this whole translation and everything like that has to do with being true to yourself.